no longer downcast.
Amen.
Key verse 11. And she made a vow. Oh, God. If I had to take, y'all can sit down. I'm going to work this text. I'm getting nothing up here. If I had to take a title on today, it would just simply be, I made a vow to the Lord. Just one night. Oh, Jesus, help me, God, today. I made a vow to the Lord.
Amen.
Here we have Penina. And the word provoke, it says she provoked Hannah.
Right.
And when you look up the word provoke, it means you deliberately make someone annoyed, angry.
Right.
You incite. But it also means you provide the needed stimulus for them to go forth.
Jesus.
The Greek translation is parozuno, which means to sharpen. It is the root of the English word paroxysm, which refers to a certain outburst of angry emotion. And it was a catalyst which motivates you to push. I'm going to tell some people on today, people that provoke you, they have a purpose.
Right.
Oh, God. I wish I had some people that believe. We get mad at people that provoke us, but God said they're putting your life for a purpose.
Amen.
Because if they didn't provoke you, some of you wouldn't pray.
Amen.
If they didn't provoke you, some of you wouldn't come to church. Oh, God, help me, Jesus. If they didn't provoke you, some of you wouldn't even leave them alone. So even in the provoking, God still has a purpose.
Amen.
Oh, God. So what Hannah did, and it messed me up, Carl, because so many times we have preached this text referring to the prayer. But God says on today it was not the prayer, it was the vow.
My.
Oh, Jesus. I wish I had somebody in here that would talk back to me on today. God views a vow as a serious promise that must be respected and it must be kept. It is a sacred promise, an oath, a holy pledge, a commitment for your highest benefit. A vow is a powerful weapon of warfare. When we tell God, if you do this, I'm going to do this.
Come on here.
God holds us accountable for what we tell him. You give me this job, God, I'm going to pay my tithe.
Amen.
If you make this be right, God, I'm going to do this.
Right.
He says you have to honor what you said you going to do. Good, right?
That's right.
Matthew 5:33. It says, you shall not swear falsely,
Right.
but shall perform to the Lord what you have sworn. An oath is so important because in marriage we make a vow.
Right.
To love, to hold, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health,
Amen.
forsaking all others.
Amen.
Oh God, we make a vow when we are sworn in to give a testimony.
Amen.
We vow to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Amen.
We take a vow as officers and medical physicians that we're going to uphold what's right.
Amen.
Oh God.
Come on here.
Jesus, this is good.
Help us, God.
So here is Hannah. Hannah was making what was called a Nazarite, Nazarite vow. The doctrine of Nazarite involves taking 3 vows. No razor to the head.
Right.
Do not touch dead bodies. And do not drink any alcohol.
Amen.
There are a few examples in the Bible of people who was recognized as Nazarites.
Amen.
One is Samson.
Right.
Come on.
Right. Tell it.
2 is Samuel. And 3 is John the Baptist.
Right.
As long as the vow was in effect, the person's hair could not be cut.
Amen.
Although some vows were temporary, Hannah's vow for Samuel was for life.
Amen.
And it was that vow that gave
Come on here.
Penina was an adversary, which is a spirit. One who rejoices
Right.
at the misfortune of others
Amen.
and provokes with spiteful and disdain words.
Tell it. Tell it.
The spirit of Penina is a spirit of rejoicing at the misfortunes of others.
Amen.
It's easy to have the spirit of Penina,
Right.
especially when the misfortune of others has a tendency to make us
Tell
look
it. Tell
better.
it.
Come
Tell
on
it.
here.
It's the word.
Work it.
Oh God, this is good. So, my first point on today for the ones that are taking notes, I was provoked into my prayer closet.
Amen. Come on, preach it. Preach it.
Oh God, y'all gonna make me look. I was provoked
Been there.
in my prayer
Been
closet.
there. Amen.
God says in this year,
Amen.
you got to keep showing up
Yes. Yes.
to meet God.
Amen.
It says year after year, whenever Hannah went up to the house of the Lord, her rival provoked her till she wept
Amen.
and she would not eat.
Preach it.
It's something when people can take your appetite. Good God Almighty. I'm too mad I can't eat. I don't want nothing right now
Right.
because I'm going through.
Yes.
So Hannah had slipped into depression.
Right.
So watch this. With research, I began to look to see how long did Hannah come year after year. And when I did the research, it says it was approximately 19 years.
Wow.
You
Wow.
can't tell me about faith because some of us can't even take 19 days, 19 months. It says 19 years.
Jesus.
She showed up
Help us.
embarrassed because for her she could not produce babies for her husband.
Right.
But
Right.
I love how Elkanah loved her. He loved her despite
Right.
she could not produce. Good God. When you get some people on your team that will love you in your season when you ain't producing, you got some winners.
Come on here. That's it.
Amen.
Sit down. Sit down.
Okay.
So it says they went 3 times a year
Right.
Jesus.
for 19 years.
Jesus.
Help us.
And I began to do the math. 57 times she had to show up
Jesus.
with nothing.
Help us.
There are some people, if they don't get nothing out the deal, they ain't coming. And here she had to show up every time with a rival that had 10 children and she couldn't have one.
Bless God.
But she was faithful because she knew sooner or later God was going to turn that thing around for her. Is it anybody here that say I'm on my 56th trip and I showed up
Jesus.
because I believe God?
Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Amen. Amen. Thank you.
So when I look, Quantum, I said 3 times the Passover, the festival of harvest, and the festival of shelter.
Amen.
I said, God, why was it 57? He said 5 is the number of grace,
Right. Right.
and 7 is the number of completion.
Yeah.
I said, all right, God, I hear you. He said in the Bible, the word Almighty is recorded 57 times. Good God, in 57 different verses.
All right. All right.
I said, okay, God, I hear you. He said, look at Psalm 57. Never seen it like this before in my
Bless God. Bless
entire
God. Bless God.
life. Psalm 57 said, be exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let your glory be over all the earth.
Amen.
And this is where I lost it. It says, Lord, thank you
Thank you.
Thank you.
for hearing
Yes.
My
my cry.